I hope the student who wrote the paper about nothing being funny in Jessica Schuling's classes here to enjoy what is about to ensue.
They always bring me out for the funny. I don't know why.
We all have our roles.
I know, right? We all have our roles.
You see before you past winners, am I right, of the Barry Briggs Award. We'll bring up the current winner shortly. I'll tell you a little bit about the award and about Barry Briggs. The award is for the teacher who combines music with teaching in the composition classroom. Barry Briggs is the person in whose honor the award was set up. And Barry was one who loved music. He was an MFA graduate who then came to the RCTE program. He was the president of the English Graduate Union during the days when the offices were in Babcock Hall. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? No, I suspect. Yes, some of you do. You may think things are tough now. They were tougher then, and Barry was your EGU president at that time and supervised the move from that facility, which was a great move up from what preceded it, that Larry engineered from Babcock to the current CCIT. Barry was very concerned that in the move from Babcock to the current facility, a certain couch would make its way from Babcock to the current facility. It now resides in the Winter Road Library. And I guess this couch, I was never favored with the stories. This was a graduate student issue. But if this couch could talk, I suspect it would have some stories. That's what I was led to understand about that couch. Barry cared a lot about students and about music and about teaching, and the award was set up in his honor. And I think, and I know that when the award was set up, it was primarily to honor Barry. We weren't, people concerned in the matter weren't all that, weren't sure what would ensue when students were invited to talk about music and composition teaching, but it's been astonishing every year. And it's astonishing this year as well to see how important music can be made to be in this domain. This year's winner, I will invite up now, if she will please come, Rachael Wendler. Rachael Wendler may be getting a bit of a big head after today's ceremony, as she's been up here so much, but after this, things should be all right. Rachael, here's your letter, and the award is for $200. And I'll read you some of what Anne-Marie and the committee wrote about Rachael and why she got this award. Rachael started teaching with music when she was still in high school, working as a music theory teacher at a piano studio, working to teach classes how to decode musical symbols and appreciate music in a historical context. It was in this small music studio that she first experienced service learning, the focus of her academic career in current pedagogy. She stumbled across the concept in a high school class and decided to organize her own service learning project with students at the piano studio. Students would learn holiday songs and go keyboard caroling with electric keyboards and wagons at a local nursing home. To her surprise, over 60 students responded. Music continues to shape her teaching here at UA. The first assignment she created herself asked students to analyze a song and apply it as a lens to a personal or political event. She writes that she, quote, firmly believes that music functions today as poetry did years ago, providing a medium of expression and meaning that people have integrated into their everyday lives. Songs matter to students. Close quote. As part of the unit, she taught music theory basics such as syncopation, major and minor keys, and key changes, so students could use these concepts to better understand song meanings. They practiced analyzing complex songs in class, discerning possible interpretations, and then held lively debates using textual evidence. Once, a fellow composition teacher stuck his head in the room with a confused look as he could hear Rihanna playing on the classroom speakers from the hallway. Students were arguing about how the instrumentals contradicted the lyrics of her song. Her students reported really listening to songs for the first time in their lives. In addition, Rachael plays music before every class as students enter the room, often mirroring the curriculum, such as relaxing Enya. I'll take your word for that. The day of our presentations, or songs from Apple commercials, the first day of our iPad pilot. As a musician, flute and piano, and former music teacher, she says she, quote, smiles when Google Scholar offers me articles on music composition as I'm searching for composition scholarship. I'm reminded of the small piano classroom where I began my teaching career and the similarities between these two forms of composition that suggest Google may not be so far off in its results. That is an interesting historical note about composition, isn't it? The word comes from old rhetorical theory. Some of you, if you remember Babcock, you may also remember Marvin Diogenes and the Composition Blues Band. Barry Briggs loved playing in the Composition Blues Band. The Composition Blues Band was a band that Marvin was Tilly Warnock's assistant director for many years. And Marvin had this unbelievable ability to take popular songs and give them relevant composition lyrics. For example, one of my favorite songs is Cuantas Palabras, to the tune of Guantanamera. And that's the student asking how many words is this paper supposed to be. Another great song was La Cama, to the tune of La Bamba. That, I think, is a classic. I've performed that in a number of different venues around the country. One of the songs that Marvin wrote, and that I'm sure Barry performed at some point, I was reminded of this morning by Rosanne Carlo, who noted that in her composition, in her comprehensive examination recently, Rachael had invoked this song in some capacity. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly the point you were making. The song is called Service Learning Man, and it is to the tune of Secret Agent Man, Johnny Rivers, 1966. We all remember that. And I have printed off some lyrics here to the song. We're going to perform it now for you. It is going to be live and deeply unrehearsed, since this morning Rosanne made that suggestion, and I've been in meetings up to this time. And
everyone
so
just does what I say.
that's without doubt true. I have some lyrics here. Does anyone know the tune to Secret Agent Man? Would you like to sing along? There's no reason to say. Why not? If you don't know the tune, it may lose some of its punch, but perhaps not. Oh,
Oh, you better
keep one for yourself.
Here, Jerry was going to sing. Take him and pass him.
Oh, you're sharing. You're in on this.
That's right.
Don't clap just yet. This is like the first time we've done this.
Go ahead, do it now. Do it now. By the way, I'm happy to be playing the mandolin. When we saw the tribute to Mrs. DeFazio, I reminded again of the background music for that tune. I'm glad we're able to do that. All right. As I say, deeply unrehearsed. We've never sung this together. I did give them the lyrics, or a copy of the lyrics earlier today. Rachael was not included in this. She might not be here if she had been, but she is here, and we hope you will raise your voice as well. There's a man who plans to make some changes. Every side he scans, he rearranges. Sees opportunity in your community. Odds are he'll be somewhere else tomorrow. Beware of pretty theories he will spout. In practice, pretty theories don't work out. His methodology, skin deep ethnography. Odds are he'll be somewhere else tomorrow. Service, learning man, service, learning man. He's given you some hours and taken away your ways. He must observe to test out his assumptions, then share his deep insights with all the bumpkins. You'll feel you're under siege by his noblesse oblige. Odds are he'll be somewhere else tomorrow. Talking to his tape recorder one day, in a footnote with a fake name the next day. He knows what's going on, a one-man panopticon. Odds are he'll be somewhere else tomorrow. Service, learning man, service, learning man. He's given you some hours and taken away your way. Thanks, and thanks to everyone who's a part of this wonderful program.
And now I'd like to welcome Christina Ramirez to present the Professional Writing Award and attempt to follow on that.
I won't sing for you.